Are you getting frustrated moving between a lot of different documents in Canvas when you're trying to complete an assignment? Do you wish that you could be using a reference sheet and have it open while also working on the assignment? This is the video for you. Today I'm going to show you how to export important documents from Canvas that you're going to be referencing often into iBooks, and I'm also going to show you how to split screen the two of them so you can use one as a reference while also working in the assignment. This is going to be super helpful for language arts this year because you guys are going to be doing a lot of different analyses of literature. So instead of being in Canvas and working on the analysis and leaving that and going back to the text and then going back to the analysis, if you can just split screen and have your text open in iBooks, it's going to make it so much simpler. I'm also going to show you how to split screen in general so that you can use reference tools while you're working in Canvas. For example, if you're doing something with figurative language, identifying types of figurative language, it would be helpful for you to open up Quizlet with a list of the types of figurative language and their definitions so that you can have that reference as you're working. So follow along. If you have any questions, let me know. Hopefully this makes your life in language arts a whole lot easier and a whole lot simpler. Okay. The first thing you'll do is find the document you can export to iBooks. My suggestion is to export your theme and message list for language arts. This is a document we'll be using very often, and we will be referring to this when we do a literature analysis. So here we have a reference sheet. It has a whole bunch of themes and messages that someone could use when analyzing literature. So in the upper right hand corner, I'm going to click the square with the arrow pointing up. This is the export button. I'm going to scroll over and hit copy to books. iBooks is the orange app. This is an app that was pushed out to you. It is on your iPad, and this is an app where you can store PDFs. So go ahead and click on that. You'll see it populate in there. Now I have my themes and message list inside of iBooks. You'll notice I also exported some other things that are going to be helpful to have next to my assignments. So here's an example of the memoir that we just read. I now have this in iBooks as well. So the next thing you're going to do is, when you have this open and you're going to be using it and referencing it, you're going to hold your finger at the bottom of your iPad screen and slowly swipe up, and you will see your toolbar. Here we're going to click on Canvas and we're going to drag it, hold and drag next to the document you're using. If it doesn't snap into your split screen, you can use the very top line in order to move it around until it does. Next up, in Canvas, you're going to select an assignment that you are using and typing in along with the reference guide. So for example, if I'm doing an analysis of theme and message and I Know Why the Caged Bird Sings, now I have my document open on one side and I have my themes and message list reference on the other. This is super helpful so that you don't have to go back and forth between documents. Similarly, here I'm going to be pulling author's words from the text, so I can go back into iBooks and I can select the memoir text and have that open as well, so that instead of going back and forth between the Canvas assignment and the text I'm referencing, I can have them both open at the same time. Another thing that you can do this year to help you be successful is you can split screen with web-based supports that I make for you. So for example, here in Canvas, I'm going to swipe out of this now. Here in Canvas, I have a link that says, do you need help with figurative language? Click here and use this as a reference tool. If you click there, this is a Quizlet I made for you. So this Quizlet has all of the different types of figurative language that we've learned, and they're all defined for you and alphabetically listed. So for example, one thing that I'm seeing often misidentified is this top one here, an anaphora. Instead of having you write repetition, you're going to be putting an anaphora. So here I can have this support open, and again, swipe up, grab Canvas, I'm going to move it, snap it into screen, and here I can do something like the independent memoir choice board reading. So here you have an option of a memoir, You're going to pull open the one you're working on. And now, whenever I get to these sections where it says figurative language review, of which figurative language technique is this highlighted section of text an example of, and I'm looking, our hearts would fly. Now I have all of these right here, and I can look at them and reference them while I'm working. So my suggestion this year is to split the screen, export important documents to iBooks so you have them on hand, and also use those web-based supportive resources I'm making for you and have those split screen so they are right on hand. So here, type of repetition, going in, yes, and an AFRA. So use these at the same time to be successful.